Shamanism and Spirit Work, Part 3. Um, so, in this one, it's funny, I waited a little bit until I was going to talk about channeling. Um, I'm a little conflicted as a shaman about channeling because it's kind of like if you can imagine if you grew up in a really rough neighborhood. Let's just imagine this scenario. Imagine you're a young woman and you grew up in a really rough neighborhood, and the way that you got out of that was through sex work, becoming a sex worker, or you were a stripper. And it was really rough work. Like you saw the grossness of society, but it got you the money to get out and to get out of that situation, to make a life of yourself, maybe pay for your schooling or whatever. Like, you look back on sex work, and like once you go to college and you get a degree and you have a really nice respectable job where people aren't touching you or manhandling you or violating your sovereignty, you're making money and you're taking care of yourself. You have a good life. Maybe you can have kids and family, and you look back and like you don't hate sex work, but you sure as heck don't want to go back to it. Okay. As a shaman, that's how I see channeling. I see channeling as the equivalent of sex work. It's not that it's evil, it's just a really low form of shamanism. And it's allowing spirits to be able to ride you. Oh my God, even for profit. Ugh. just, I'm sorry, like it grosses me out. I've been a shaman for many lifetimes. Once I went on the journey about 10 years ago to discover my past lives, and with my higher self and through psychedelics, and I've been a shaman for a lot of lifetimes, and this isn't my first rodeo, but I was a channeler in past lives, and it was a way to make money and get fame. And I have a lot of witch wounds from it, and so I also have a lot of like relationship issues, and this is the problem the channelers don't realize is by allowing an entity to ride your body. Oh God, and possess you and take over your physical form, you're basically telling your unconscious body that it's okay for other beings to violate it. Yeah, I'm sorry, but yeah, that's what you're doing. You are programming into your unconscious elemental body that it is okay for another spirit to come in and violate your physical form. This has repercussions for lifetimes to come. And it really, I feel so conflicted about channeling because it took me about 15 years of really hard work and to come to grips with my past lives. Like, really, it just coming to grips with how many lifetimes I channeled for entertainment, for money, for survival. And I was literally just pimping my body out for entertaining other people, because Western society has turned shamans into clowns. And yeah, I was a freaking prostitute court jester, for a long time. And so I feel really conflicted when I see people channeling online and making lots of money, and everybody's like, wow, you're so cool, and it makes me really, really sad because, I did that in the 1600s and in the 1200s and then the 800s. Like, I did that. I did that for almost 1,000 years. And what it does to the body is that it programs in your elemental body that it's okay for beings to take over your body. And that means that those channelers, when they get born in the next lifetime, they're going to have to deal with violation in some form or manner, whether they are stolen from or they are attacked. It yeah, it programs your soul in such a way that it's okay, that you're telling it's okay for another being to violate your body. And especially for money. Like, oh my God, it's ghastly. We don't need to be teaching channeling. What we need to do is to teach people how to be sovereign and to be able to stand on their own in the spiritual realm, to know themselves, to heal their body, to heal themselves, to not pimp themselves out like a circus act, but to actually stand strong and to be noble and sovereign and to help each other out. Because we're all shamans. We just don't realize it. And I think, if you give humanity another 250 years, we'll figure this out. I'm seeing humanity wake up. I feel it. I see it in the zeitgeist when I do my underworld rituals. I see it. It's beautiful. I see humanity waking up. We're slowly going through our shadow journeys. We're questioning our gods. We're questioning authority figures. We're recognizing the intrinsic sovereignty of every soul, that every soul has a right to authentic expression of life and being, that we are also a metaphysical being. We are both physical and metaphysical, and that we are equivalent to gods. And the only reason why people have outsourced it is because they've been taught to believe that they are a lonely, dirty human and that they need a big divine spirit to come down and instruct them. But no, we're all the same. We're all equal and powerful. The same goes with the animal world. We are equal to the animals. There's no different than us. Animals are, I would say, this is one of the reasons why the indigenous cultures that have animal guides are some of the strongest spiritual cultures out there, because they recognize the fact that animals do not have the corruption of the human ego to think that they're either lesser or more important than humanity or important than nature, that they are actually one with nature. And animals can teach us a lot spiritually about energetic frequencies and riding different currents. They are our teachers and our guides. And one of my most beloved guides is a groundhog. It's my totem animal is a groundhog. But I also have others, bear, wolf, squirrel, bee, hummingbird. I've had so many different animal spirits help me out. Turtle mother, spider woman. All of these beings are sacred in their energies, and they teach us of the various ways in which metaphysical energies interact with us. So I wanted to give you this specific video about how I see channeling. I'm not saying that it's evil, because really all of this is a learning. It's a learning thing. I know the ramifications coming out of the other side, having been a channeler for many lifetimes. I know what it's like to heal the damage that channeling does over many lifetimes. And I don't envy the famous channelers that are out there right now. And it doesn't matter if you're channeling aliens or higher beings or angels. You're still telling your body that it's okay for another soul to come in and take over your body. It is voluntary possession. It is a lesser form of possession, but it still is possession. And it does have long-term ramifications for your psyche and your soul. And you will have to heal that at some point. But I hope that maybe this will get to some people who are young and who are in the path, who are just seeking this out, so maybe they can make better choices. And if you have found that you enjoy channeling or felt drawn to it, just know that there's a lot more to shamanism than channeling, and that you actually deserve sovereignty. You deserve to be one soul in one body, and you don't have to sell yourself, honey. You don't have to sell yourself for entertainment, okay? You're worth something, even if the world doesn't see your worth. You're